We welcome everyone to today's hearing on oversight of the Criminal Justice Information Services Division of the FBI. And I now recognize the gentleman from Alabama, Mr. Moore, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. I now recognize Ms. McBath to introduce us into a moment of silence.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And gun violence has ripped apart another community and traumatized more students in their place of learning. Just yesterday, another teacher and another teenager lost their lives, and children lost their sense of security to preventable gun violence. We have the tools and we have the means to stop these horrors and help stop this from happening. With the permission of the chair, I ask all of you to please join me in a moment of silence.
All of you, please join us in a respectful moment of silence. Thank you. I now recognize myself for an opening statement. We welcome everyone to today's hearing on oversight of the Criminal Justice Information Services Division of the FBI. CJIS was created in 1992 with the purpose of serving as the central operating system and location for criminal justice information services. The CJIS division provides support to law enforcement, national security partners, and the intelligence community while also offering some services to the public. These functions include the Uniform Crime Reporting System as well as the National Incident Criminal Background Check System, so that's UCR and NICS. With a 986-acre campus in Clarksburg, West Virginia, and more than 3,000 employees and contractors, CJIS is the largest division in the FBI. Since 1930, the FBI has collected and published crime data through its UCR program. The UCR program compiles crime data submitted by state and local law enforcement agencies across the country and publishes the information in annual reports. More than 18,000 city, county, state, tribal, and federal law enforcement agencies reported crime data to the FBI in 2023. However, the submission of crime data to the FBI is voluntary. According to one estimate, over 30% of police departments nationwide did not report crime data to the FBI. The crime data published by the FBI's UCR program helps inform policymakers and the public about the state of crime in the United States. The crime data also plays an important role in how federal grant dollars are allocated to state and local jurisdictions. For example, the Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grant, the JAG program, which is managed by Bureau of Justice Assistance at the Department of Justice, allocates federal grant dollars to state and local jurisdictions based on the population of the jurisdiction and the number of violent crimes reported to the FBI. In January 2021, the FBI retired the outdated Summary Reporting System, SRS, and made the National Incident-Based Reporting System, NIBRS, the only method for law enforcement agencies to report crime data to the FBI. The NIBRS program allows law enforcement agencies to report much more detailed crime data, such as the date and time of the crime, the relationship between victim and offender, drug types and quantities, specific property involved in the crime, and many other data points. The data that gets submitted to NIBRS also includes assaults on law enforcement officers and hate crimes. In 2022, there were 19,139 law enforcement agencies enrolled in the program, but only 12,725 of them reported crime data. The FBI has been estimating crime data since 1960, but in 2017, the Justice Department's Bureau of Justice Statistics and the FBI worked together to develop the National NIBRS Estimation Project. When an agency fails to submit crime data, whether for a single month or an entire year, the NIBRS estimation methodology, quote, approximates what the expected value would be for that missing data, close quote. The FBI concedes that the estimates themselves are subject to levels of uncertainty caused by incomplete NIBRS reporting, which brings us to one of the topics that we will surely explore today. In September 2023, the FBI released UCR data purporting to show a 2.1% decrease in violent crime across the country from 2021 to 2022. That was touted in virtually every hearing by my colleagues across the aisle, that there had been this remarkable decrease in violent crime under the Biden administration. But at some point between September and October 2024, the FBI revised its 2022 data to show that violent crime had actually increased by 4.5% from 2021. The FBI did not publicize its revision of 2022 violent crime data, and the only way you could see this change was to download the FBI's updated crime data and compare it to the previous year. The FBI instead disclosed the revision in a footnote to its 2023 UBR Crime in the Nation survey, which stated the original 2022 numbers had been updated. This updated included thousands of murders, rapes, and other violent crimes that were originally omitted from the FBI's crime data. The FBI did not mention this significant data revision in its September 2024 press release about violent crime data for 2023. The FBI's revision of violent crime data confirms what the committee's oversight has shown. The Biden-Harris crime epidemic continues to escalate. Far-left state and local policymakers place the interests of criminals over the needs of their communities. Radical pro-criminal policies, including defunding the police, bail reform, make it harder to put violent offenders behind bars and keep them out of American neighborhoods. While the Biden-Harris administration claims that crime is down, a reported 40% of Americans said in 2023 that they are afraid to walk alone at night, even within very close proximity of their home. That's the highest percentage in 30 years. The initial 2022 data, before it was corrected, was heralded as historic declines in the crime rate. Despite having the true data, the FBI never issued a clarification, while the incorrect statistics were used to push a false narrative. Media even used the incorrect data to fact-check President-elect Trump's correct assertion at the time that violent crime had risen during the Biden-Harris administration. While there may be an innocent and reasonable explanation for this revision and lack of reporting the revision, there's nonetheless an appearance of partisanship in what went on here. It is not unlike what happened with the Hunter Biden laptop, where 51 people were out there saying it looked like Russian disinformation, and the FBI remained mute, instead of actually revealing that the Hunter Biden laptop was true, which they knew over a year before they ever released that. So I hope today's hearing helps us clarify what exactly happened here, and I hope it doesn't happen again.